Hey friends, welcome and or welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin and I am coming to you a little late in the video because I just realized that I did not intro this. I am so horrible at intros. But anyway, thank you for taking time out of your day to spend with me because today in this vlog we are continuing series that I am in the middle of. I want to kind of spend the last couple of months of the year wrapping up as many series as I can because I want to start new series. I'm trying to finish off as many series as I can because there are so many new series that I want to start that I am not letting myself start until I wrap up some of the stuff that I'm in the middle of, right? Because my brain can only hold so much. And I'm also not trying to be in a place where I have to reread like a million books. I'm just not trying to do that again. So, yeah. That's what this video is doing. So let's just hop on into it. And I have finished 6 Scorched Roses. So let's talk about this. I appreciate the background knowledge that this novella provided. I had a lot of questions reading The Serpent and the Wings of Night, and I wasn't too pressed by it. I assumed that because it was supposed to be such an expansive series that we would see some instance of my questions played out, and this happened to be one of those. I loved Lilith as a main character. I liked that she was 30. I feel like we rarely get, I don't even want to say older because 30 isn't old, but we rarely get characters that are not in their early 20s. So it was a nice change of pace to get a 30-year-old character. And I just felt like it added a level of maturity to this book and to the situations brought up that an early 20s main character just can't really bring because they don't get it yet. I really enjoyed Lilith and Vale's relationship. I do feel like there's a slight disconnect for me, and I don't know if it's coming from the characters or it's the story plot line. I don't know, but yeah, it was just certain instances. Like Lilith would talk about how much she loved her sister and everything that she was doing was for her sister, but also for her town in general. But there would be these long periods of time where it was like Lilith forgot she had a sister. And then all of a sudden she would remember and be like, oh, I gotta go check on my sister. And I feel like some situations that Lilith put herself in were unnecessary. Like I understand that she felt like she had a sense of urgency, but that wasn't necessarily the case. And so, I think some of her I don't know what I'm trying to say. I think that some of Lilith's choices were convenient choices to move the plot along in a certain way. if that makes any sense. But yes, I loved the exploration of gods in this and how gods treat the people that pray to them and the people that love them and worship them. Like it was some really thought provoking quotes in here and situations because yeah, yeah. I really like that aspect of it. I heard that Lilith and Vale show up in the Ashes and the Starcursed King. I don't know how large of a part they play in the plot, but I am excited that we will get to see them again because like I really did enjoy them. And yeah, I ended up rating this a 4 star. I'll have to read The Ashes and the Starcursed King before I can like definitively say, oh, you need to read this before you read that, or if you even like have to read it at all. I'll have to get back to you on that. But it was a fun little time. It's not even 200 pages. And like I said, give more, it did expand the world, which I was really happy about. So yeah, 4 stars, had a good time. Moving on to the next book. Hey y'all, so I haven't updated in a little second, but that is because I am chaotically reading all of the books left in this vlog. So I'm gonna split the clips up, but yeah, sometimes I like to chaotically read, You know, sometimes I like to blast through one book at a time, and then other times I like to read 6 books at a time. You never know with me, but these last couple of days have been rough, so also excuse my crusty appearance, but we are real over here on this channel. This is real life, and this is what I look like right now, so, eh. Oh well. Ew. Why did I stop this in the middle of a chapter? Ew. Gross. But anyway, I am on page 87, which is in the middle of chapter 8 in The Boyfriend Project. Y'all, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I am not live life living. I'm not having a good time. Okay, so let's talk about it though. I love the premise of this. I love that these 3 women find out that this guy is basically in a relationship with all 3 of them, and they like meet up with him and like give him the business. And I love that. Love that. And of course it blows up on social media and all that, and these women decide to be friends with each other and like check up on each other and like use the next few months or whatever to like focus on themselves and their dreams and what they want, and not the societal pressures of getting a man, right? Cool beans, I'm all for that. The dialogue is cringy as fuck. I'm cringed out. The first page, the first sentence is a Drake reference. And look, we don't do Drake. We just don't. His time has passed. I'm not even going to get into all that. I'm just going to leave it at that. But like, I wish I could say that this was a product of its time, but this, I think, was written in 2020. Let me check. First edition, June 2020. So like, baby girl, I shouldn't be cringed out from pop culture references from 4 years ago, And I usually don't mind pop culture references at all. Like, I have no issue with that. But I just, and then some of the, like, it's mainly the dialogue and the things that are being said. I'm like, why would you say that? Like, that's weird. I don't like that. I just don't know. I don't know. And I'm conflicted. because I don't want to DNF this book. And y'all know I am the DNF queen. I DNF a book 10 pages in, 1 page in, 170 pages in, it don't matter. But it's just something about this book that is tugging at my heartstrings and like, just keep trying. Just keep trying. Just keep trying. And I'm like, girl, I'm trying, but like you're not making it easy because now I hit my lip. Yeah. So I don't know. And what's weird is that I enjoyed the third book in the series. I gave that a 4 star. So I'm like, had I read this in correct series order, I probably wouldn't have continued. So I'm glad that it happened that way and that this is the second book that I am reading in this series. I wish that y'all could just like comment right now and I would see it and y'all could tell me whether or not I should finish this because yes. Yeah, I don't know. And I'm also kind of like weirded out. Like, not weirded out. That's a little dramatic, but I am dramatic. It's the Leo in me. Like the love interest Daniel, I'm trying to figure out like what he doing? What like his storyline is like mm, mm, what's gonna happen with that? Why would we take that route? I don't know. Uh, I don't know what to do. So I'm either gonna come back and tell you that I DNF'd it, or I'm gonna come back and tell you that I pushed through and finished it. And I'm trying to get to the beginning of the romance, the beginning of the love story, to see if that like makes me want to finish out this book, if that makes the book better for me, because right now we haven't gotten to that yet. And I I want to know if that will make a difference for me with this book, but I'm just having a hard time making myself even reach for it because I'm not enjoying it. And like I said, if it had been any other book, it would have been done by now. I just, I don't know if it's part of a series or what, but something is making me not want to DNF. So, yeah, to be continued. Okay, y'all. I said I was going to come back and say one or two things about this book. And I'm saying that I will be DNFing the boyfriend project after I recorded that clip saying that, I was going to see what happened. I didn't pick this book up anymore. And it has been like 2 days. I haven't reached for it. I haven't wanted to look at it. Unfortunately, I will be DNFing this book. And it's not even something that I don't think like I wouldn't recommend. Like I think that there is an audience for this book and I think people should pick it up and people will like it. I just think that it wasn't particularly for me. And that's it. Like I said, I was still at page 86, 87. And yeah, I do think that this book will be great for some people. I am just not one of those people. Um, This book, I will put it up on my Pango. It's a little beat up, just a little bit, but the inside of the book is fine. It's just the cover has a little bit of bending and stuff to it. But if you don't care about that, it'll be on there for really cheap. The link is always down in the description. So yeah, let's just move on to the next book. Okay, y'all, so I just made it to part 2, and that is chapter 17 and page 227 in A Touch of Chaos. This is actually reading pretty quickly for me, but I think it's because it's new content in this world, and I really enjoy the world, but I feel like when you go through reading the A Touch of books and then A Game of books, it definitely feels repetitive. So now I'm at a new point in the story where I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going to happen. And the stakes are high, and I'm pressed trying to figure out what the heck is going to happen to Persephone in Hades. And yes, so the new perspectives from A Game of Gods do carry over into A Touch of Chaos. And I will say this, there are content warnings in the beginning of this book, and I would definitely take those seriously. And it's just one particular character's point of view that those things happen, and that's because this person is just an awful human being. Well, not a human being, but an awful person down to their core. Just nothing good about this person at all. Evil, and just, I can't. He's awful, awful. And I would say who it is, but he doesn't show up until well into the series, maybe like the second or third book. So yeah, but no, he is an awful person, and just being inside his head and the things that he thinks makes me so uncomfortable. And I find myself like skimming through his chapters because there are plot points, but he just, yeah, definitely take those content warnings seriously because it's not okay. He's not okay. It's very interesting to me because I feel like, do I want to say that? I kind of feel this way, but not like fully head first feel this way. But for who is first Stephanie? What is going on with me today? Persephone is kind of reminding me of A Touch of Ruin Persephone. And if you know, you know, she was very, very overwhelmingly annoying in that book. And I feel like she has a hint of that. I just don't think she handles change well. She doesn't handle situations where she doesn't know everything about it. She doesn't handle it well. She doesn't handle it well, and it can come off as annoying. Like, girl, we don't have answers for you. Like, we can't make up some answers. Like, you got to deal just like we got to deal. We got to figure this out. But there are some interesting things that are happening, and I'm ready to see how this all plays out. Like, this is so much tea. Apparently, this is a thick ass book. Like I said, it's reading really quickly. I am having a good time, and I'm just ready to see how Scarlett St. Clair is going to wrap up this series because it has been a wild ride for sure. Alrighty, y'all. So, still going through it, just life, but it's fine. I was able to basically just rot on the couch and finish A Touch of Chaos today. And yeah, I have some thoughts, So, I don't even know where to start if I'm being honest. Where should I start? Okay, I'm going to talk about all the things that I did not like first, and then I'm talking about what I did like, and then I will tell you my rating, okay? I think that sounds and feels good in my brain. Okay, so I did not like one of the new POVs that we got in this book. I hated him. He is just an awful person, like the epitome of just evil and like sick. And like, I understand why we had to get his perspective, because it did add to the story of like seeing both sides and what both sides were thinking and why certain things were happening. But what we did not need was the essay. We didn't need that. And I will never understand why authors choose to put essay in books. I don't understand it. That is a personal opinion. I don't even want to hear your comments about it. That's just how I feel. If I'm reading a book, I don't want to read a book with essay in it. And I usually do pretty good at staying away from them, but I didn't know. This felt like a dark romance, a dark romantasy, and that was not the vibes that we got for the other books in the series. And yeah, I just don't know why we needed the change up. Like, the overall like tone of this book was very grim and very heavy. Like, I understand that things were going on, but like I said, we didn't need the essay. We didn't need all of the other things. Like, we knew the type of person that this was going into this book, and like being his head and just some of the things that he thought would have been enough for me. Like, it was enough for me. Like, my face was just turned up and I was like, ugh. And then when it was when like, and it's not fully like essay on the page, it kind of like fades to black, but I'm still like, too much for me, too much for me. And so yeah, that definitely, yep. And then I feel like we have had so much time with Hades and Persephone. We've had 7 books of Hades and Persephone, and I still don't feel like they know each other. Like, do y'all know each other? I don't think y'all do, because it's just the same stuff that Hades was doing in book 1, he is still doing in this book. Not telling Persephone things, keeping things from her. She still don't really know a whole lot about this man, and they married at this point. So I'm like, and he don't really know a whole lot about her. Like, they know they like each other, they know each other's temperaments, each other's, like, you know, of course, sexual appetites and all of that, but like, it really just don't give that they know each other. And then on top of that, it feels like every time something happened, Persephone and Hades were sneaking away to have sex. I'm like, ain't nobody else doing it. Like, we understand y'all married or whatever, and y'all, like, the other people are out here taking care of business while y'all out here having fun. And I just don't believe that that was right. Because these people have made sacrifices for you, and some of them are in certain predicaments because of y'all, and y'all just, oh, we'll let them handle the business. We gonna sneak off because we need to have a moment of fun. Like, where is their moment? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like I mentioned in my previous clip, I feel like she still felt like a touch of ruin. Persephone, she was so annoying at sometimes, and I'm like, girl, get it together. Get it together. Come on now. Like, oh, it was a little frustrating. But I think those are all the things that I did not like. So moving into the things that I actually did like about this book, I loved just being in this world and being with these characters, and Hecate and Hermes and Apollo and all of those people. I just, it really became like a found family, and I really enjoyed those moments. And I enjoyed, what else did I like about this? I did enjoy getting more perspectives than just Hades and Persephone, but I do feel like some other characters getting some POV chapters would have been, because I would have loved to see a chapter from Hermes or even Hecate or, Apollo or somebody. Like, I feel like we could have used those new perspectives to really bring in more backstory and lore and stuff and whatnot. And then the ending, I just feel like we got Hades and Persephone's ending, but we didn't get anyone else's really. And which is, I was about to say it's fine, but I mean, it's kind of fine because the book is about, like, the series is about them. But when you bring in so many other people and, when you bring all that in, you kind of want to know how it wraps up with everybody else too. Like, so we have this found family, and just like even a scene with them at the end of everybody coming together, at a party or something. I don't know. I'm not an author, but like something like that, just to kind of wrap it up, would have made me feel a little better. And then this Barnes and Noble exclusive edition has a bonus epilogue. Why did I go and read the bonus epilogue? Because it did the thing that most romances do in epilogues. And it just felt like it felt wrong with where Hades and Persephone's story went. It felt wrong. Yeah, I kind of wish that I didn't read the bonus epilogue because it just, yeah. I could have went without that. But I do love in every book how Scarlett St. Clair kind of nerds out on us and like tells about like what she researched and how she put it into her books. There's a lot of deep Greek mythology that I didn't know anything about that I learned from Scarlett St. Clair in her author's notes. And I love that so much. Like, yes, show us that you did research. Like, come on. Love that. But anyway, I ended up rating this a 3-star. I am a little disappointed in this finale. I just feel like some things could have been done differently. Am I happy to be done with this series? Yes. Would I still recommend this series to people? Yes. I think this was a series for me when I first started reading a few years ago, which is when I read this. But it's like now maybe my reading taste have evolved some, and I'm a little more particular and specific on what I like. So yeah, 3 stars. I still liked this book even though it may not have seemed like it. And yeah, I am happy to be done with the series. So success. On chapter 14, which is page 63 of Apprentice to a Villain, and I'm eating this up. To put it simply, I love the new perspectives that we are getting in this. I am loving the new budding relationship that I hope we get in this. I am loving Evie, and I was about to say Evie and Sage. Like, girl, that's the same person. I am loving Evie and the villain. Kingsley is popping off. Like, all the things are happening in this book, and I'm having a really good time. I feel like I have like annotated something on every page because I'm just laughing, I'm giggling, I'm like, that's it. Like, I'm having all the feels. And this is just such a good, like, cozy, comfort, funny, lighthearted read. And I really feel like I needed that right about now. Because if you can't tell by my voice or by the way that I look, I've been going through it. So, yeah, having a good time with this one. And I'm just really excited to keep pushing on it. I don't really have any criticisms right now. All good things to say so far. So I'll hit you back when I have more to say. Okay, so today is Tuesday, Monday. So what day is it? Today's Tuesday. Okay, yes, it is Tuesday, and this vlog is supposed to be up on Wednesday. Yeah, and I still I am only 117 pages into Apprentice to the Villain. But let me tell you what had happened was I was up in the middle of the night, just kind of needing something to read, wanting to read, but only wanting to read on my Kindle. And I don't have this on my Kindle. Was I about to buy it? Hell no. And the library didn't have it. So I went and I read an entirely different book. And that book was almost a 500-page fall romance. And did I have a great time? Yes, you will catch that. And I think it's the next vlog, but it might not be. You'll catch it this month, though. Yeah. That took the time that I was supposed to be reading this book. So here's the thing. Either I am going to come back tomorrow and tell you that I have finished this book, or I'm going to come back tomorrow and tell you that didn't finish it and I'll be finishing it in the next vlog. And that's just what's going to have to happen. So I can get this video out because I don't have anything that I can replace it with at the moment because filming has been kind of slow going because I've just been going through it, not feeling great. So yeah, that's what's going to happen. I think, I don't know. I really don't have any other thoughts from the first update that I gave you about this. I'm still enjoying my time with it, still having fun. And I'm interested to see where this story is going because I don't know where I thought it was going to go. But I am just having a really good time. I feel like we are really getting to see the characters' personalities and we're getting more of Kingsley, which I just love so much. And we have some surprise people popping up that we didn't know was going to pop up. And I'm like, yeah, this is fun. So I am enjoying my time with this. Like I said, I just derailed this vlog by deciding to read another book at 11 p.m. Sunday night. Yeah. So anyway, I will be popping back in to let you know what's up so I can get this out in a timely manner and move on to the next one. You know what I'm saying? So I'm done rambling. Bye for now, or bye for real, whichever one.